I'm joined here with Evan and Steve, here with the dev team for Respawn. My name is Take Me to Church, as you guys already know, but I have these lovely gentlemen introduce themselves to you.
Hi, I'm Steve Young, lead level designer.
Hi, and I'm Evan Nikolic, the design director for Apex.
See, I lined it up that way because I
Yeah.
didn't want to mess up your last name.
Oh, no problem. No
I
problem.
had it though. I had it though.
Yeah, no problem.
So, simple questions to start. Really, favorite legend.
Oh man, for me, Bangalore right now. That's the one
Yeah.
I'm playing the most as I try to rank climate. And clearly at this tournament, Bangalore is quite a favorite.
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna go with the classic. I just can't get myself off of Wraith. So
Wraith is a bad habit.
yeah, that's it. I like
It's
that.
one of those sick addictions.
Yeah.
Completely understandable though. For me, I would say Bang.
Mm.
And seeing Bang in the playing field right now has been obviously sometimes it can be tilting, but also refreshing seeing the way that it's so dynamic and the way that you can utilize her kit. What do you believe separates Apex from other battle royales currently in the gaming space?
Oh gosh, I mean, we have very unique uh, moving and shooting mechanics, right? Like no game really has the same movement mechanics that we do, and even if they do have similar features, it's just our game is super fluid,
Yep.
right? And then just the gunplay is also very special. Like I'm I'm not sure of a lot of other games that have actual like bullet trajectory and arc and things like that that you
Bullet
have to.
drop and things like
Yeah,
that,
it's
yeah.
there's so much. There's too much for me to to list.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean to add on to that, we also still put a heavy emphasis on positional play, like knowing your maps, knowing your rotations, creating space between you and your enemy, knowing when to push and stuff. And a lot of that is also tied really well into like our unique combat. We have a longer TTK, we have a TTK that scales over the course of a match, and it does definitely gives us a higher skill ceiling, and also gives us more forms of skill expression, particularly when you mix in the legends. Like as you climb up to higher up the ranks, legend play becomes a really important factor in our game.
I would have to agree, definitely with the positional advantages and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Kind of recognizing you guys spoke about it briefly, but the TTK in relation to making sure you stay alive.
Yeah.
That's one thing I think in every other game you really don't think too much about that.
Hmm.
Where in Apex you really have to dive into that to become a top tier player. What's one project you've worked on or been a part of that made you feel pure joy and excitement for its release? Like the day it
Uh,
came out, you were like, "Oh yeah, this is happening."
for me, it's definitely the most recent season breakout legend upgrade system, and we've been chatting about that for 2 years and over a year of concerted development effort gone into it. And just seeing a lot of people talking about some of the, like, particularly around the armor, like, how the RNG doesn't feel fair. Then like, like it's coming, like the big change is coming, guys. So
Just hold on.
yeah, for it to come out, and for what was a risky, there's a lot of risk involved, but also excitement, and to see how well it's been received, and seeing players really click with the legend upgrades or changes to armor, gives us confidence moving forward to making more foundational change to Apex in the years to come.
Yeah, so I know it's not technically out yet, but the season 21, like I'm super excited to see how fans are going to react to the new legend and obviously the Broken Moon update. That's why I got the shirt.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so,
That's amazing. I didn't even see what it was.
but but yeah, like I've been a fan of Apex for such a long time, and so to just be here with this team and see all the effort and passion that goes into these updates and stuff
Right.
like that, it's awesome, and I'm super excited.
I know a lot of people are very excited about Alter, and I do have questions about that later. But for me,
Mhm.
Broken Moon was something that was so refreshing, and then it became tolling for me. So hearing that there's big changes coming just sends me, unfortunately, over the moon. If you were stranded on an island, which three legends would you bring with you and why?
Oh man, uh, which three legends? Uh, Probably Octane, because he'd be able to help me climb up and get some coconuts pretty easily. I think if I needed to. Let me think. Um, Lifeline, so I don't die.
Essential.
And maybe Fuse, because he just seems like he'd be fun to hang out with.
I definitely have Fuse on my list.
Yeah, for me, I would probably want to bring along Bangalore, being one of my favorite. But I think she's a strong survivalist. There's strong survivalist instinct in her. The other one would be Pathfinder. I think he's obviously very versatile, but also cracks a good dry joke once in a while. And I really partial to Conduit. I think she'd be a great morale booster, great support character. I really like having Conduit around.
Love that.
Yeah.
Those are some. I like that. I like that a lot. See, I didn't really dive too deep.
Yeah.
But some of I really do. I enjoy those answers. Lifeline was the one. I was like, I'm gonna be stuck.
Yeah.
Just gotta make sure I stay up. If you had to wear one jersey for a week, whose would it be?
The teams. Oh man.
That full week is that's a tough one. And it could be for any reason whatsoever.
Any reason. I mean, for me right now, Alliance, I feel like they've been around for a while. They've been toiling around, pushing and pulling, and I think they're a talented team. And just seeing them getting up and over, and I think also too partially is I really enjoy I've talked to that team several times. I enjoy their perspective on the game. I think they bring a unique look to it, and they're big advocates in the community. And so I'd like to support them. I love TSM. I mean they play the game at such a high level, but I'm ready for a change at the top.
Listen, you're talking to the right person.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of similar. This is my first ALGS, but I enjoyed my conversations with a couple of people from Furia, and I've enjoyed watching them play as well. So that's probably who I would rep for a week. So
well, you guys see mine at Space Station.
Yeah.
Shout out Phony. Phony's the boy. Yeah, no, Alliance, the versatility that they have and what they've gone through in the past, the changes and adapting to new framework, and the same goes for Furia with picking up Vax in such short notice. And Vax is my boy too, so I'm a big supporter there. So now we're gonna dive into Alter. Just a couple questions, nothing crazy. But when crafting Alter's kit, did you intend for it to be as dynamic as it appears to be? And if so, what influenced those decisions?
I've been around since the beginning of Alter. Absolutely, that was the goal. I mean, when we first prototyping Alter, before she was a person, before we even knew what she looked like, it was literally what if we made a portal, and what would that do? And we had several playtests where you could portal through mountains and things of that nature, and it was hilarious. And I remember the day that we playtested it, and it was no longer, and I was trapped on Moon on one of those big walls, and I was like, oh, this doesn't. I was like, oh man, but that's that was. I mean, we always go to the extreme, and then we have the biggest impact. We pull it in, and then there's always conversations that we pre-nerfing too soon. We're trying to make it. So I definitely think we'll see how it responds. We definitely have pushed it to the limit, but the goal is to, every time we put a new legend in the game, every time we try to add any new feature to the game, we design for impact to make them as impactful as possible. So I'm really looking forward to people getting hands-on with her on Tuesday next week and show us how she can be played, because we've only seen it amongst our crew of 100 or so playtesters.
Once you toss the legends into there, they start to mess around a little bit, figure out the things you didn't even think were possible.
100%.
Definitely excited to see that.
Yeah. We did not predict Rev Conduit, and they showed us real quick.
Very quickly. Very quickly indeed. Do you have any tips or tricks for players when testing out Alter for the first time?
Oh yeah, I would say, first off, the recall port, it's all about being intentional with her ult, and it's really I view it as not get out of jail free card, but it's I'll be able to recover and reset, which is important. So before you go breach a room or a wall, get that ult out, so if you do get knocked or your teammate get knocked, push through. And I would say the other thing too is, don't always try to put the portal in the most obvious spot. Search for that flank, particularly if you're working with teammates, they're distracting, the other team can see you through a door, and you just kind of sneak around and get that blind flank on them. So look for the flanking opportunities when you breach.
Very nice.
Yeah, and from a level design perspective, we spend all this time crafting these, very tightly, finely tuned play spaces and things like that. Ultra just comes in and breaks all that shit. And so, but for me, I actually love it, when we get a sandbox that kind of allows for that creative autonomy. And so don't be afraid to experiment. Like, she can do some really cool stuff. Like, you can really legitimately think outside the box, and like there aren't really a lot of limitations anymore. You can open up brand new rotations in the map that were never there before.
That's what I'm interested
You
in.
know, yeah, stuff like that. So yeah, it's just definitely just go crazy with her. You know, she's fun.
Brilliant. So this really does dive into the last question. Which team comps do you believe she'll really fit in well with, if there is one in mind? And do you believe that she'll become relevant in comp rather quickly, or will it be kind of a slow, smooth transition into the ALGS scene? A little twofer there to end it off.
Yeah. In terms of comp, like I feel like a team like at my level, gold, silver, where I play, it's I think she'll pair well with Conduit, because Conduit already has like this playback, like quarterback style of support, and like providing that ability to breach and come in support, like the alter or whoever takes that first initial damage, getting that shield buff off would be great. I think in terms of, then I like, we have people in our playtest and people pick alter. I'll personally pick conduit, so I can be that nice like
Right.
support. So that's what I've seen in our playtesting. And then for comp, it's interesting. I think it's really gonna come down to when these guys are playing the live game and doing their rank grind. Like, are they gonna push the experiment? I think competitive players are always looking for that edge. I'll be interested to see. I think when she gets picked in the first ALGS tournament, I think will be like potentially a surprise, or they could surprise us and all of a sudden she's in every comp. She replaces, I can't, I'm not going to say Bang, but she replaces Caustic or something. It's somebody else. So it'll be interesting to see like where they are. But I think I think it will either be quite sudden, or it will take several lands before she starts appearing. So I mean, we had some legends, like Bangalore's kit has been kind of what it has been for a while, and now she's really risen up. Sometimes it takes a while for things to find their way.
Yeah, that was a good answer.
That's a good answer.
Look at that. That's perfect. Yeah. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, thank you. It was great talking with you.
Yeah, it's just been great to get to know you guys as well.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much.